Section 3.4 Equations of Lines. Vocab, slope-intercept form, a linear equation of the form y equals mx plus b. The graph of such an equation has slope m and y-intercept. Point-slope form, an equation of the form y minus y1 plus m x minus x are the coordinates of any point on the line, and m is the slope of the line. Example 1. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line with slope of -4 and y-intercept of 1. Y equals mx plus b, and that's the slope-intercept form. And then y equals -4x plus 1, that's m equals -4, b equals 1. The slope-intercept form of the equation of the line is y equals -4x plus 1. Example 2. Write an equation in point-slope form of the line whose slope is -1/2 that contains 3, -7. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. It's a point-slope form. And y minus -7 equals -1/2 x minus 3. And that's m equals -1/2 and x1 y1 equals 3, -7, and y plus 7 equals -1/2 x minus 3. Simplify. In the point-slope form of the equation of the line is y plus 7 equals -1/2 x minus 3. Example 3. We're going to go to the other page for that one. So, yep. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for a line containing 2, 0, that is perpendicular to the line y equals -x plus 5. Since the slope of the line y equals -x plus 5 is -1, the slope of the line perpendicular to it is 1. Y minus y1 equals m x plus, or x minus x1. That's point-slope form. Y minus 0 equals 1 x minus 2. That's m equals 1, and x1 y1 equals 2, 0. Y equals x minus 2, and that's distributive property.
Proving parallel lines. Postulate 3.4 is two lines in a plane are cut by a transversal so that corresponding angles are congruent. Then the lines are parallel. In the example, angle 1 equals angle 5, and angle 2 equals angle 6, and angle 3 equals angle 7. Postulate 3.5 is parallel postulate. If a given line and a point not on a line, then there exists exactly one line through the point that is parallel to the given line. Theorems. Theorem 3.5. If two lines in a plane are cut by a transversal so that a pair of alternate exterior angles is congruent, then the two lines are parallel. And in the example, angle 1 is congruent to angle 8, or if angle 2 is congruent to angle 7, then line M is parallel to line N. Theorem 3.6. If two lines in a plane are cut by a transversal so that a pair of consecutive interior angles is supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Example, if angle 3 plus angle 5 equals 180 degrees, or if angle 4 plus angle 6 equals 180 degrees, then line M is congruent to parallel to N. 3.7. If two lines in a plane are cut by a transversal so that a pair of alternate interior angles is congruent, then the lines are parallel. Example, if angle 3 is congruent to angle 6, or if angle 4 is congruent to angle 5, then M is parallel to N. And 3 points perpendicular to the same line, then they are parallel. Example, L is perpendicular to M and is also perpendicular to N. So if it's perpendicular to two lines, those two lines, N and M, are parallel. Prove if lines A and B are parallel. You are given that angle 2 is congruent to angle 8. Because they are alternate interior angles and they are congruent, that means that A and B have to be parallel. Next, you are given that angle 2 is congruent to angle 10. Lines L and M are congruent because corresponding angles. Because 2 and 10 are corresponding angles. Parallel lines also have the same slope. If you find the slope of 2 lines and it is the same, then they are parallel. Distance in perpendicular lines, equidistant. Distance between 2 lines measured along a perpendicular line to the lines is always the same. Draw a segment that represents a distance from P to line AB. That's P, that's AB. To do this, you make a line across to where P can go down and just touch line AB. And that's the closest distance right there. Distance between lines. Find the distance between the parallel lines L and M, whose equations are y equals negative 1/3 x minus 3 and y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1/3. First, y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1, and that's point slope form. And then you would add in your numbers, so it would be y minus negative 3 equals 3 parentheses x minus 0, x1 equals 0, and y1 equals 3, m equals 3. Y plus 3 equals 3x. Simplify. Y equals 3x minus 3. Subtract 3 from each side. Next, line M is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1/3, and negative 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 3x minus 3. Substitute negative 1/3 x plus 1/3 for y in the second equation. And line P is y equals 3x minus 3. So negative 1/3 x minus 3x equals negative 3 minus 1/3. Group like terms on each side and simplify on each side. So you would just negative 10/3 x equals 10/3, negative 10/3. And then divide each side by negative 10/3, and so you'll get x equals 1. And then y equals 3 times 1 minus 3. Substitute 1 for x in the equation for p. So y equals 0, and that's when you simplify. Then use the distance formula to find the distance between 0 and negative 3 and 1 and 0. So you would put 0 in right there, and you would put negative 3 in right there, and then you'd put 1 in right there and 0 in right there. So you get 0 minus 1 times squared, yeah. 0 minus 1 squared, but I couldn't make that a tiny 2. And then plus negative 3 minus 0 squared. So 0 minus 1 equals negative 1, and negative 1 squared is 1. And then negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3, and negative 3 squared is 9. So in the end, you have 1 plus 9 equals 10. So your answer is the square root of 10. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.